Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Remastered fan channel exclusive Black Ranger. Now, I got mine from the Entertainment Earth booth at San Diego Comic-Con. As you can see, the Entertainment Earth had the exclusive debut. That means just an early release. They're first to put up a pre-order, first to have it actually anywhere available in hand for sale. So Entertainment Earth, San Diego Comic-Con, that is how I was able to get it. Everywhere else should be a pre-order. I'm not sure when it goes wide for pre-order everywhere, but places that are supplied by Entertainment Earth as well likely would have gone up for sale as well. The cool thing about Entertainment Earth, they were also giving out this Power Rangers 30th anniversary pin with each purchase, with each figure purchase. So this is pretty cool. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but I do really like it. I think it came out great. And then they also had this little ribbon for like your badge and pouch and everything. So 2023 Entertainment Earth Power Rangers Lightning Collection. So that was kind of cool. A couple of goodies to go along with the remastered Black Ranger figure. So the box is just like the box for all the other ones, except, you know, we get the Entertainment Earth sticker. Not sure if you pre-ordered from Entertainment Earth, if any of those that are going to come in are going to have this sticker. I would imagine that they likely did not sell out at the convention, but I don't know how it looked comes Sunday. I left Saturday. As far as I knew, they still had it in stock, so it'll be interesting. But looking at the package, we get the artwork for Zach there on the side as well. Here on the back of the package, we see all of the goodies and stuff that he comes with. So we have the axe, we have the helmet, we have the lightning swirl type effects. We get all three versions of the Blade Blaster. There he has the Morpher that is in his hand. We get a pair of fists, we get a pair of grip hands, and then we got a set of the morphing hands. So the same exact stuff that comes with everybody. You know, it comes with his signature weapon. There are some differences between this axe and the previous axe, different paint apps, that sort of thing. This one's like super rubbery too, by the way. This piece there does slide around, so it does still do that. But again, it's pretty rubbery. Like, it's surprisingly rubbery. And then comparing the two, I'm thinking, oh, are they the same? They are in fact the same. As you can see, I just had this part down on this one, and there we go. But there are some differences in terms of the paint, as you can see. So there's some added silver paint on this new axe, as you can see, like right there on the top, and then right there on the bottom around the blade. This top piece is painted yellow, and then that trigger button in there is painted yellow. Other than that, it's the same. So nothing else really going on there. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get in for a closer look at Zach. The highlight of this is going to be the unmasked head sculpt, because we got two previous Zach heads that weren't great. I don't think they were terrible, but they're not. Anyway, let's get in for the closer look so you can see. Okay, so here's an up-close look at the Zach figure, and I'm trying to get focused on let me block his face a little bit, the Morpher. As you can see, the Morpher there, that looks pretty good. Yeah, if anything, maybe a little light on the black paint in this corner, but looks pretty good as far as the Morpher. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way, and then let's take a look at this Zach head sculpt. And I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's like the best Walter Jones likeness, but I don't think it's terrible by any means. I'm still, I don't know, I don't think I minded this one as much. Although, I guess looking side by side, I'm like, yeah, I think the hair is definitely better on this new one. But then this one, we had this one as well. And yeah, I guess this one doesn't really look like Walter Jones. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just think the hair is an improvement, and then the skin tone is much better also. But other than that, I don't know that it looks completely like Walter Jones. I'm just trying to think of, you know, how young Walter Jones was back then. But, you know, I guess, yes, fair to say it's an improvement. So that was kind of the big highlight. And funny enough, it seems like the Black Ranger, we seem to have more figures of the Black Ranger than any other Ranger. And it seems like that because we got the Walgreens exclusive with the Dragon Shield. And then we had two regular releases of the Black Ranger, which, you know, were both Adam, which is kind of weird, right? No. Yeah, no, one was Zach. and then one was Adam, so that's why it is. And then we got the Ninjetti and the Metallic and stuff, so it seems to be more Black Rangers. But anyway, here we have the remastered figure. So the big difference between remastered and regular release, when we look, we have like the black lines on the belt and holster, and then the better paint on the Morpher, and then we have gone pinless. So those are the difference with the remastered figures. Then you get the the morphing hands, the Morpher, all that. We're gonna pop this Zack head sculpt off for now. So we're gonna put the helmeted head on there, because the helmeted head, there was a couple of them that didn't come out as well. So here is like the one, this was like the first with the dragon shield. You can see like the shape of the head just wasn't as rounded, wasn't as good. The teeth of the mastodon, the tusks or whatever, were very different size. So now we get, this one here remastered with the better helmet, and it looks really good. So no complaints there. My figure, however, though, and this is going to be something that kind of plagued a lot of the other Ranger figures, is the pinless body is a fairly loose one. Now, mine isn't terrible, but it's also not great. Like, he has a little bit of wobble to him. Like, he wants to kind of tilt on his own and things like that. So we're kind of plagued with some of those QC issues, which sucks. Now, a couple of things when it comes to the Lightning Collection. I attended the Hasbro breakfast event at San Diego Comic-Con, and I got a chance to talk to Emily. So I can confirm that the Power Rangers Lightning Collection is taking a break. With the next season of Cosmic Fury coming to an end, once that show is ended, there will no longer be production in New Zealand. The show will be on hiatus until they reboot it. Once they reboot it, that's when they will start manufacturing Power Rangers toys again, including the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. So a lot of people were wondering when I had posted like on Twitter that it's on pause, but Lightning Collection will continue, and everyone's like, well, how does that make sense? Well, it's pretty easy. It's going to continue after the pause. I did talk to James Warden as well. We were all at San Diego Comic-Con hanging out at this arcade, after dinner, where all the toy YouTubers and everybody showed up, and a bunch of Hasbro people were there. So I did talk to James Warden about it as well. He assured me Power Rangers will come back. The Lightning Collection will come back. It's happening. So while it takes a break and it's going to take some time, we don't know how long. That kind of sucks, but Power Rangers Lightning Collection will continue. We will get them back, and I hope when that happens we don't get the loose body stuff, and we have a just better quality control over the figures in general. So hopefully that will be the case. But anyway, let's go ahead and see the articulation for the Black Ranger now that we see the overall look, and that looks pretty good. Okay, so Black Ranger Zack, the head is on a dumbbell joint, so he has some difficult looking up, as you can see there. Looking down, and not a whole lot either. The neck is on a separate piece, so that neck doesn't there's no room essentially in that neck to be able to point the head down or back, unfortunately. And then the dumbbell joint, there's just not enough clearance in there. You get a rotation in there. Not a whole lot of pivot going on in the neck, which is surprising because that's the benefit of the dumbbell joint, so kind of odd. The arm you can get way on up and out, because they have these deep cuts, hinges in the shoulder, which I find very ugly because they're recessed down, but it allows you to get that arm to go a crazy amount up. Full rotation in there. We get the butterfly joint. So it's funny, going back on the butterfly joint, the butterfly joint seemed to have been better before, so we won't go back too far, but we do come forward a little bit so we can get some crossbody going on in there. We got the upper bicep swivel in there, double jointed pinless elbow, so it gives that much bend there at the elbow. Wrists swivel. Now each hand, there are different hinges, so the morphing hands have the vertical hinge on them, which is great, and that's on both of the morphing hands with the vertical hinge. The trigger hands, or the grip hands, have the vertical hinge as well, but the fists have the standard horizontal hinges on them. The Black Ranger, we have the diaphragm cut on there, so he could tilt to his left that much, he could tilt to his right that much. You can go back on that diaphragm a little bit. You can come forward on the diaphragm, hardly anything at all, but we get that inverted ab crunch, so you can go back that much in full, and you can come forward that much all together. That is good. We have the drop down hips, which Power Rangers Lightning Collection seems to have done the worst out of any action figure line on this, because that causes some of the wobble. But you can see the leg does drop down quite a bit. He can kick forward very, very high. The legs go out that far apart. I hate working these Power Rangers Lightning Collection hips, because they just don't work as well as they should, in my opinion. It's just kind of crazy. We got the upper thigh cut in there, double jointed pinless knee, so you get that much bend there at the knee. You do get a swivel at the top of the boot. Foot hinges down that much. You get a little bit of hinge up, ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So not like super wobbly like the In-Space Silver Ranger, but as you can see, there's a little bit of looseness that I'm not too thrilled about being there. So it's something just to kind of work around. But once you kind of get it into a like the pose that you're looking for, it's best to just like not like touch it. But I feel like he's just kind of leaning to one side a little bit more than he should. Yeah, there we go. It's tough. I like that they went pinless and everything, but I feel like the older bodies were just fine, and the pins matched the color and everything, so it was no big deal. But you know, it does give it a little bit more of a cleaner look, but I think we sacrificed, you know, a better quality figure for it. Okay, and here we have our side-by-side comparisons with the 3 Zack Black Ranger figures that have released. The one in the middle does have the best whites. It is the brightest white, where this one looks like an off-white eggshell kind of thing. This one wasn't so bad, but slightly, you know, it's in between these two. But this one has a true white to the gloves and the diamond pattern and the boots and everything like that. The Zack head sculpt, yes, I will concede that it is the best, but I don't think it's perfect. Like, it's better than the other ones, but I don't fully see Walter Jones in there. But you guys can let me know your thoughts on that. For me, it's just maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe got to look up other pictures of them. But yes, it is definitely better than the other two. Okay, and here are our remastered figures so far. I still have not gotten a replacement for the Yellow Ranger. When I reached out to Hasbro Pulse, all they did was send me a Street Fighter Cammy figure as a replacement, even though the Yellow Ranger was in stock, which is kind of weird. So I still eventually got to get a new one, because remember, my elbow was fused together, so it could not bend, so I could not properly get this hand over close to this hand to kind of do that morphing action. But the remastered line is looking really good together. Hasbro did have the full Ranger team on display at San Diego Comic-Con in the Hasbro booth, and they looked amazing together. I can't wait to get them all. I do have plans, like in my display, I don't have room for like a crazy amount of stuff, but like each one gets like one of the swirl effects right in front of them, and I display them just like this. So once I have the full team complete, I think it's going to be awesome. I'm excited to get it. You guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on what you think of this remastered Black Ranger figure. Did you get your pre-order in with Entertainment Earth? Were you among the lucky few that attended at San Diego Comic-Con and were able to get it in line at the Entertainment Earth booth? Because I did it preview night. I waited in line for 40 minutes just to get it, and then they were like, oh no, we don't have it. I'm like, that would have been nice to know ahead of time. Like, why didn't you guys say anything or cross it out on the sheet? And then the next day, they didn't have it. They were like, I think we're going to get it Friday. But then at some point, Toy Shiz sent me a message like, hey man, they got it at the Entertainment Earth booth. It must have just arrived and they got it out there. So it was really cool, and I went over there and picked it up. So you guys let me know. Did you guys get it at San Diego? In San Diego? Did you pre-order it? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this video, and apologize because it is very early in the morning and I'm still a little bit tired. That's why you don't hear a lot of the enthusiasm that you normally would. But if you guys like the video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that join button to become a channel member and be a part of the MCU Collective. I do really appreciate the support. Thank you very much. And as always, thank you for watching.